When I'm running ads on Instagram to send traffic to Spotify, I generally like to stick with stories placements only because, in my experience, I've found just the stories placement to give the best conversions for my ad spend. But occasionally, I do like to test other placements as well. Now, when I run these experiments, I don't like to use the exact same ad for every single placement. I also like to avoid splitting each placement into its own ad set inside of my campaign. So today we're going to walk through how you can customize each of your placements inside of the same ad set and inside of the exact same ad itself. Now, if you're new here, my name's Tom, and on this channel we talk about music marketing, branding, business, crypto, and a host of other things that are going to help us move from making music as a hobby to making music as a business. And today we're going to take a look at how to customize your ads on Instagram specifically by placement inside of Facebook Ads Manager. So let's hop into the Ads Manager and we'll dig right into it. Now, recently I've been running a campaign to test sending traffic to a playlist of my own music on Spotify. So that's what we're inside of right now. And as you can see, I'm using only stories placements for this campaign. If we click through to the ad level, you can see I'm split testing 3 different songs, all of which use the exact same visual creative to figure out which one is the best. So if we go back to the ad set, we'll go to edit here and we'll look through the placements. I'll show you that I'm using stories placements only. So if we scroll all the way to the bottom, you can see that I'm only using stories placements, and I'm using this across Instagram, Facebook, and Messenger. But sometimes I do like to target only Instagram, and that's what we're going to get to in a minute. If we go to the ad level, we'll go to my song Hero here in the middle. You can see that I've got an ad that's running just in the stories placement, and it's formatted for that placement specifically. But what if I want to use this exact ad with a little bit of difference by adjusting it for each placement, and I want to test all the Instagram placements I can use? Well, if we duplicate this ad set, we'll get started on a test to set up and try this. So I'll select the 3 dots here on the ad set level. I'll select quickly duplicate, and then we will walk through this setup process. So we've got our copy here. I'm going to leave everything exactly as it is because that's not the point of this video, to edit all of this stuff up above. But what we do want to change is the placements down here at the bottom. So I'm going to deselect Facebook Stories and Messenger Stories. And now we've only got Instagram selected, but I want to use all the Instagram placements I can. So we're going to use Instagram Feed, Instagram Explore, and Instagram Reels. We can't use Instagram Shop because this isn't an ad to sell a t-shirt or any sort of merchandise. Once we're there, we're going to go through and go to the Hero Best of Playlist ad here. Right off the bat, we have this unsupported aspect ratio. It says Instagram Feed only supports aspect ratios up to 4:5 tall and 1.91 by 1 wide. So this ad that we had that's formatted in 9:16 isn't going to work for our feeds placements. So we want to customize just the feeds placements and change the ad around. Now, there are a couple of ways to do this. The first way is you can make your ad here sort of location agnostic, and then you can crop it to fit the placement that you want to use. So let's test that way first. So the first thing we're going to do is scroll down to Add Creative here. When we get to this box, we can select each placement group, and we can select each placement inside to change that specific ad. So for this first one, we're just going to change the group of feeds. So I'm going to hover over that, go to the little icon here and select Edit Group. And this will give me the opportunity to change the ad for both of these placements at the same time. So again, we have the unsupported aspect ratio here. We can go to change or we can go to crop. This time around, I'm going to go to crop. We have 2 ways we can crop this. We can do 1 by 1, which is what they recommend, but that's not going to include everything I have in my ad. If I go up and down here, I can get the listen now in there, and I can get the artwork in there, but I can't even quite get the available on Spotify text in there either. So I'm going to go to 4:5 and see if we can't get all of that in there. There we go, just like that. So if I move the box there, we can select apply. And now we've got the exact same ad creative, but just sort of pared down to fit the placement. So technically speaking, we have the exact same visual, the exact same call to action, the exact same everything. The shape of the overall canvas is just different. This is a good way to test whether or not this specific sort of set of ad creative is going to work across all the different placements that you have available to you on Instagram. So once it's updated here, we can select save, and our ad is up to date and ready for the feed placements as well. So if we review our ad, you can see we've got our stories ad as normal. Then we've got our reels ad, which stories ads work for reels. One of the reasons you might want to put listen now instead of swipe up as your call to action is because if you swipe up on reels, you're just going to go to the next video. So that call to action can't be used for reels like it can for stories. If you want to get even more granular though, you can make an ad just for reels and just for stories, and you can edit the location depending on what you want to have. So if we look here, we've got the ad for reels and stories, which is the same one we used to have. And then we've got the ad in our feed placement, and then we've got it in our explore placement too. So exact same ad everywhere, just cropped. But what if we want to change it even more and do it at an even more granular level? We can do that too. We're going to keep these stories and reel placements once again exactly as they are. And I'm going to go back to the feed placements, and I'm going to upload some new videos to these two placements instead of just cropping what we already have. So first of all, we're going to go to Instagram feed. We're just going to edit this placement by itself first. So I'm going to select the edit button here, and we're going to go to change on the top left instead of crop. And here we've got the option to upload. This is basically a pared down version of the exact same media upload manager that you'd see when you add your video at the ad level usually. So we'll go to upload. And here we have playlist 1x1, playlist 3x5, and playlist 9x16. So for the feed placement, I want to use playlist 1x1. So I'm going to open that. And once it's uploaded, it'll appear here on the right side. And as you can see, it's again very similar to what I had before, but instead of having two lines of text, I just have one. And now the listen on Spotify line of text is animated. So I've got a square image with a different form of text, very similar, but slightly different, a little more tailored to the placement itself. So I'm going to select save. And once that saves, I want to update the Instagram Explore one as well to be a little bit different too. So we're going to select the Explore edit button here. We're going to go to change again, and we're going to select upload once again. And this time we'll select playlist 3x5. Now this video is going to look pretty much identical to the one that we cropped to create, but I have formatted it just a little bit differently to be a little bit more pleasing to the eye for the 4x5 placement, even though it's labeled 3x5 incorrectly in my computer, to make sure that it fits the placement a little bit better. And once that's up, we can see it appear in the right panel again. So if we A/B this one, which is our playlist incorrectly labeled 3x5, should be 4x5, with the cropped version we created earlier, you can see that there's just a little bit of difference. The text is slightly smaller in size, fits the space a little bit better, and there's slightly more zoom in on the album cover itself so you can see more of the background. So we'll stick with playlist 3x5 and select save. So now we've customized both our feed placement, our explore placement, and we've got the same video for stories and reels. If we wanted to go even further into this, we could go down and update the video for Instagram Reels to be slightly different as well. We could take this text and slide it to the left so it fits the format even better and doesn't appear exactly like the stories placement. The good news is you can do all of this inside of one ad. If you see on the left side here, we have best of playlist hero. All of this is happening inside of just one ad inside the ad set, which is inside the campaign. So we're not split testing 4 different ads according to Facebook's ad manager. We're split testing 4 different placements inside of what is technically one ad. So this allows you to consolidate, get your learning phase down, optimize more quickly, and get out of the learning phase so that you can start to produce results more quickly. So this is how I like to test different placements inside of Instagram ads, specifically when I'm sending traffic to Spotify. Now, sometimes if I really want to get granular with my data and fully understand even further about what's happening, I will split test it out by ad, but that's very rare. That only happens in some instances. Usually I do it this way, and then I can view the results by breakdown in the ad level of the ad manager and really start to understand my data. So that's it for this one. Now, before I let you go, if you don't subscribe to the channel, make sure to hit that subscribe button. And at the end here, got a couple more videos you can check out. And as always, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.